The Rickey, Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
All right, Rickey, Smiley Morning Show. Now, yesterday, the House Republicans formally authorized their impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden on Wednesday, taking their most significant step towards impeaching the president. Now, the Republicans have alleged the president financially benefited from his family's foreign business dealings, though they haven't publicly released evidence backing up the claims, which I don't understand. So joining us this morning, Jeff Johnson, going to help us out. Jeff, good morning, first of all, and thank you for coming on. And I guess the question I have, what do these allegations mean for the president? Because that's all they are, but they don't have no meat to it.
Well, there's a couple of things, right? And there's what is fact, and then there's what this thing looks like. And so they Republicans want to be clear. They've accessed more than 35,000 pages of private financial records, 2,000 pages of Treasury Department financial reports, 36 hours of witness interviews, and just this week started receiving, I think, something like 62,000 pages from the National Archives, a lot of which is Joe Biden's communications as a vice president. And so they believe that there are links between the Hunter Biden indictments and the things that he's done, and like you mentioned, financial benefit from the president. There's two things that are challenging here, right? Number one is we know that a probe does not mean that the president will be impeached, no matter how much a number of Republicans want to. I mean, even Congressman Gatz from Florida, who is one of the people that months ago called for the impeachment of President Biden, says we don't have the votes to impeach anybody.
They don't.
So even if they had evidence of some level of wrongdoing, and some level of wrongdoing, if we're going to be honest, is not enough. The bar for impeachment is about is really about clear crimes and something that points to doing something against the law. I mean, right? So I want to be clear here. My opinion, and what do I know, is that this is really how do we smear the president in advance of the election.
Yep.
And carve off as many votes as we can in the process of trying to get the White House back. Because the indictments of Hunter Biden clearly do not mean indictments of the president. If they had evidence that linked financial benefit, we all know that would have been leaked already.
Right.
So it's not even a witch hunt. It is a smear campaign. And it's an opportunity for Republicans to talk as bad as they can, not only about Hunter Biden, but to, with no real evidence of any crime, smear the president in advance of the campaign. And that's it.
They want to be able to say that Joe Biden was also impeached, just like Donald Trump, as if the two have anything to do with each other.
You know what? I don't even think they care about that. I just think they want to. I think they want to see this president having to answer questions, having to protect his name, having to defend the allegations, and that alone has voters who are already uninspired, who are already skeptical, who are already disengaged, to say, you know what, I'm sitting this thing out. And the more people they can get to sit out, the better chance they have of reelecting Donald Trump or whoever else they have running against Biden.
Well, they got a real problem with Donald Trump having all those criminal charges, and they are on the wrong side of a woman's rights to choose issue that's going to hurt them with moderate suburban women that believe. And then you got those two cases. One case going up to the United States Supreme Court. Have gotten involved with one case, to make a determination whether this woman can have an abortion or not to save her own life, and her baby was going to die anyway, which is really sad that it would take a judge have to make a decision like that. They are definitely on the wrong side of that issue, and I think that's going to really hurt them probably more than Joe Biden impeachment inquiry. What do you think, Kay?
Yeah, and now that not only are they, try to this whole right to choose thing, but now they're also going after birth control with this methylpristone thing. I think I said it right.
Mm-hmm.
They're going after a woman's right to even use birth control.
I think the timing is also really.
But they won't ban Viagra though.
Yep.
Right.
You want to ban Viagra, but you want to ban women having, taking birth control. Go ahead, Maria. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just thinking about the timing, and to Jeff's point about, trying to influence voters. We look at folks mad about this, the U.S. voting against vetoing the ceasefire with what's happening over in Gaza. Biden's approval rating is at a historic low. And so it seems like they're trying to really pile it up to influence the voters. Do you think it's a timing thing and a strategy on behalf of the Republicans, Jeff?
Without question. I mean, listen, every time you can make one person think about not turning out, like the Republicans realize they don't need to get moderates or Democrats to vote for Trump. They just need to get Democrats to stay home or moderates to stay home and be less excited than they already are. So, no, it's definitely a timing tactic. It's definitely a way to smear the campaign. The challenge, Rick, with some of these cases is they're going to be delayed. They're going to be delayed. They're going to be pushed back. There's going to be pauses. There's going to be resets. I mean, they can delay almost every one of these cases in certain places just by way of being able to control the judge.
Right.
And that's the Republicans' only play, because they know they have nothing to offer you as an average American citizen. They have nothing to offer you in terms of doing anything that's going to make your life any better. So all they can do is say, well, let's just try to make the person that is doing something, let's take away any support, additional support that they might have.
Well, and the bottom line, I think Maria said it right. Like, I question how many people actually believe that this administration has done something for them. This administration has a real communications problem. Yeah. So even the areas where they have done things that have impacted the American people, I don't think they've talked about it very well. And so to your point, Kay, even if these things are real and you can point to these areas that you've improved the lives of American people, most of the American people even believe that? Right. And so you got major challenges here as a Democratic Party in how you communicate the wins you have had, how you communicate a level of strength, how you communicate a level of competence and confidence in a Biden administration, and then simultaneously, oh, yeah, he might be a crook too. And the Republicans know they will not have the votes to impeach. They likely are not going to have any smoking gun that connects President Biden to any kind of financial benefit from any of Hunter Biden's dealings. They know all of this. They do not care. How do we shave off the people that will turn out for this president? Period.
Wow.
And they running this campaign like champs.
Yeah,
they really are.
They always good on messaging. Democrats are terrible on messaging.
Well, but the media also kind of plays into that narrative too. I mean, the media there's no left wing media. The media plays into every propaganda that the GOP puts out. They play into it.
Well, there is liberal media.
They amplify.
It's just the message is bad. I mean, so you got MSNBC, you've got a ton of left-leaning digital platforms, but
they don't override Fox, they don't override CNN, they don't override ABC,
But you also see
NBC,
Democrats
CBS.
Calling out Biden for how he's handling this war with Gaza. No,
that ain't Biden's war.
Well, I mean, it's still impacting Americans.
Well, they've been warning them about how being too aggressive and what's going on in the Gaza Strip. Because Israel is
and hold up though, but it is Biden's war, because nobody gives more support to Israel than the United States.
Exactly,
it's his war, and yeah, that's the public perception. But what I'm saying is, the man is. Go ahead.
No.
Because I get accused of being,
he has
a spokesperson for the Biden campaign.
But it is his war. We're like the single nation
I get that
that voted to veto a ceasefire. So he's standing with Netanyahu, and now he's feeling the pressure of that from both sides, from Republicans and Democrats.
But at the end
so
of
there's
the
an
day,
issue
if
there.
we end up with a Trump presidency, I mean, what people think that's going to make it even better?
Oh, I mean, I understand that.
So we're
but
going to
you
jump
gotta,
out of the frying pan into the fire.
Yeah, but you got to understand
You
the
got no
impression that it's
argument here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man, that's a good conversation, Jeff. We're going to argue this again probably tomorrow because if we have some breaking news. Y'all hit my boy Jeff up at Jeff Nation. Jeff, thank you, man.
Always appreciate that.
All right, more with the Smiley Morning Shake coming up.